Dustin Bellinger found his mother's body near her back porch. I ran to her, dropped to my knees, and tried to roll her over, he recalled. That's when I pulled my hands back. She was frozen solid, frozen to the ground. Marion Bellinger died outside of her Wheatfield home on the day after Christmas, sometime after her son left for work that day. Jasper County Coroner Andy Borsma said Bellinger died from hypothermia. She was 71. I told her to not go outside because it was slick out, said Bellinger, 36, of Wheatfield. Apparently she wanted to take out the kitchen trash. She didn't even put on her coat. After the police and county coroner left, I went into her room to shut off her TV that was still on, he said. That's when it hit me. Marion Bellinger not only left on her TV, but also her heating pad. And there was still a glass of milk on her table. This was only a short trip outside, he said. It looks like she had only meant to go outside and come right back in. But she never made it back. A freak accident took her life in the blink of an eye. Marion Bellinger apparently lost her balance, slipped in the snow, and fell face first into the snow, police said. Her body stayed there for roughly 24 hours, until her son returned from work the next day. I've been staying there to help her out until we could get her into a doctor for her balance issues, Bellinger said. Since her death, he's been replaying what happened and what he could have done to avoid it. I am looking at all the things I could have done different, he told me. I could have taken out the trash before I left that day. Marion Bellinger loved cooking, crafts, and her family. She married Charles Bellinger on February 18, 1967. He was a Hobart High School graduate who died from cancer in 2015. Graduating class of 57, his son said. I still have his class ring. Bellinger said his parents moved to Jasper County from Griffith in the 1970s when they opened a restaurant, Jimmy's Coney Island, in Lowell. It's now George's family restaurant, Bellinger said. The day after his mother's death, Bellinger wrote on social media to his friends, "My mom passed away. I don't know how to deal with this. It hurts, it's killing me. We were gonna have her first Netflix binge night tonight. This isn't, expletive, fair. I love you, Mom, and miss you so bad." Marion Bellinger would have turned 72 on January 6. Police said it was tragic, but this time of year there are a lot of injuries and deaths due to the weather, Bellinger said. He's still torn up about his mother's death, blaming himself for not being there for her that day. Anyone with older or elderly parents, including me, understands this feeling of not being in their lives enough. Even if it's just to throw away the trash on a bitterly cold day. I thought of this when I visited my mother to check on her and bring her lunch. Her kitchen trash was only half full. Even if it was overflowing with garbage, she would have insisted to empty it herself, after I left. Bellinger should keep this in mind during his grieving. I am doing as good as I can right now, going through the motions, keeping my mind occupied, he said. The hardest part is trying to block out that image of how I found my mom.